Your father is a pastor, right?
Yes,
Is he still a pastor?
he is, but I'm not a Christian.
You are not a Christian.
No, I'm not.
So now you are what?
I don't know. I personally, and this might not be for everyone, I don't believe that I need religion in order to be a good person. I don't pray. If I want something, I go for it. If I want a job, I go for it. When I wanted a job in management, I applied. I knew that what I need is already in me.
Rita, for how long have you been a lesbian and how did it start?
I think when I was 8 or 9 years old, I started realizing that something was wrong with me because, not wrong with me, but right with me. Let me correct that. In the sense that when you are growing up, your hormones starts coming out. Most of the girls will be talking about, oh, did you see this boy or this boy? And I don't even know what they are talking about. There is absolutely no emotions, no feelings in me for the boys that they are mooning over. There is no gender role in our marriage. We are partners in life. We face life together. Whether it is the enjoyment of it or the suffering of it, it's the two of us. It's not like, oh, Madiba is the head of the household or Rita is the head of the household. That's not how it is.
Funding wallets on TapTapSend. Step 1. Click on Create Ghana Cedi Wallets below when you open the app. Step 2. Enter amount of your choice in Ghana Cedis. Step 3. Click on the Confirm and Fund wallet below to confirm. Step 4. Your wallet has been successfully funded. Step 5. Enter amount of your choice in Ghana Cedis. Step 6. Select or add new recipient. Step 7. Choose wallet as payment method. Step 8. Click on the Pay with Wallet below to confirm. Step 9. Your transaction is successful.
Ebusia for my about SVTV Africa, so a daily hustle worldwide. You on the internet and I'm going to come on me coin for DHW 1642 Concord plane. Me the mini chain for me call Yankee America couldn't come on. Many Ghana in this year. Bakuwa couldn't come on. And I just say, Madiba. Many Madiba didn't come on. Mo share Madiba interview. Okay, I say Niyere. And say, hey, Madiba, or say Niyere. Niyere so up so back show this. But Niyere on she. Number 7 international, so but oh dear, many be wahasi because of continuous of the video. Ninti me be 7 in the wahasi. Yebeka brofo. Before I be say no mama menda me sponsors I say Delight House akoko mo UK mo fa mo ni nchire Afro shop bia ope Delight House akoko, Delight Bo Fruit, Delight Kose, Delight Sobolo kama pa. So UK kwa dia oko Afro shop bia ka so hwehwe Delight Foods. Delight Foods no de me bobo so nyina no obenye bi ato kama pa Delight House akoko ko na ko pebi na to ejuma pasa ben kanche mo say requesters mo akwentu especially uhia artisans na se tiler, painter, plumber, steel burner, electrician, carpenter, auto repairs ni ade na omo hia requesters inti so we requester and run say obeko app no so omo mobile app no ko Play Store ni App Store na search for ejumapa uko na search ejumapa o download the app and so ko mo website www.ejumapa.com uko requester or request here baby your project ni wo bia no ejumapa say you are covered omenye obi no abeye amount because e bia wa send sika de abafi say my obukata ni ade ejumapa say yes from contact your request omenya artisans no abeye wejuma na ma mun download the tap no person money sika be fie brebusuafo a o download ya no an say bibisa wudin na odudin a she ho de bisa promo code a send so na type SVTV promo code SVTV o send sika na ba beto mobile wallet wo Ghana say den skolom enti download the tap mo Europe Canada US and UK no mo download the tap send Airbnb apartment wo danso man any English in a man from near Western Small Paris group of companies. I mean, Ganjamo says, see a hotel boy a ding. Nti se waba Ghana omo Airbnb apartment, 3 bedroom fully furnished Dansoman. No oko bibia bi wo bibia wo air condition, kitchen, washing machine, iron bibia bi wo. Nti $40 a night. Nti uhia Dansoman there na and I just say obitimi afre Paris group of companies. So na English amount from no 1 and 2 flats. Into for long-term rental until betimi afro mo numbers Paris group of companies numbers here 053 866 3532. My numbers now show screen so betimi afre Paris group of companies unya Airbnb from CCR. Rita, I welcome you on board. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you for asking.
Great. How is the US?
US is amazing. I love
US
it.
is amazing.
Yes.
Oh, how long have you been in the US?
Oh, more than 12 years, I believe.
12 years. Wow. From Ghana, eh?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so which part of Ghana are you from?
I'm from the Volta region. I'm an Ewe.
Hey, David Jr. F1.
Mefon, Ochefon.
Hey, me from Snowfon.
Estronye fon nuere.
Not just say the Ewe ni the ejirimu pa. Don't go there. Meti Ewe and coming in the bay no Ewe to Ewe. No break. But me Ewe no a 2x4 Ewe and Chayi. Okay. Anyway, Rita, so let's start the whole vibe. I mean, 12 years ago back in Ghana, let's get to know you growing up in Ghana. Tell us more about you. What are you doing in Ghana? How you got the opportunity to leave Ghana? I mean, let's hear your story from Ghana 12 years ago.
My story is not as exciting as Madibe's story. 12 years ago, I was doing my national service and also branched into being a personal assistant to one of the politicians at that time in the NDC.
Okay.
Before I won the US visa lottery and to the US, yes.
This US visa lottery has really helped people.
Yes.
It has really helped Ghanaians, pal.
Yes.
I always people and they are all saying US visa lottery, US visa lottery. I think it has really helped people.
It is the best way to get here, in my opinion. Because you get here with all your papers and you can start working in a matter of weeks. So that's why I love it. And I always tell people, play it as many years as you can, because you never know which year you will be lucky enough to win it.
Okay, so let's see, growing up in Ghana. I mean, you said you're from the Volta. I mean, you grew up there. Let's talk about your school life, family, and all that.
Well, we would have to go further than Ghana if we want to tell my story. My early upbringing was in the Republic of Benin, which is before Nigeria.
Okay.
Yes. My father is a pastor, so he was, I guess, the branch sent him to Benin when I was a baby. And we were there up until, I believe, I was 10 years old. Then my mother, my wonderful mother, brought all of us back to Ghana. And
how many siblings you have?
I have 3 siblings.
Okay.
Yes. 3 wonderful siblings.
Okay.
Yes. When we got to Ghana, I went to Maoli School for secondary school, but prior to that, I went to JSS, also in the Volta region. Then I went to Central University in Accra.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So what year was that in Central?
Central, that was in the year 2010. That's when I was done with Central. Then I went on to do my national service with the ministry and then became a personal assistant. And I left Ghana in 2012.
So how was life then in Ghana? I mean, you say you were a personal secretary. I mean, I guess you were okay. And
yes.
So what happened?
I am blessed enough to have a mother who did everything for her children. So my early years and even my university was amazing. Everything was done for us. My mother would do anything for us. So we didn't lack anything. I would not sit here and say I lack something. we didn't. We had the best of the best. So my years in Ghana, I had anything I wanted. Even as a personal assistant, I was still well to do. I was traveling. I even was here for a meeting at the UN twice before I even was done with Central, prior to me moving on to become a personal assistant.
Oh, I see. So you had the opportunity to visit the US twice.
Yes,
So why did you stay?
because my story is different from other people in Ghana, and I understand why some people come here and stay, but I had no reason to stay because everything was okay for me in Ghana, in the sense that financially I was okay. So I didn't really see the need at that time to stay in the US.
Oh, I see. Okay, so let's talk about moving. When you said you won the US visa lottery, so share with us after you won what happened.
After I won, I came to the US and I came to my wonderful uncle. And this part of the story is important because when people first come to the US, the person you come and stay with matters to how things go moving forward. My uncle would always tell me, it doesn't matter what you want to achieve in the US, you achieve anything. I remember when I first came in, I did not want help from back home. I wanted to build myself up from the ground up. I wanted something that I could say I did for myself without my family influence. So the people around me were telling me to do nursing aid or some cleaning jobs and all that. Those jobs are honorable jobs. They are very needed in our society here in the US. However, they were not for me. So my uncle, who was a financial analyst here in the US, said, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "I want to work in administration. I don't want to do those jobs. I want a job that I can just go to the office and come back home." And he said, "Okay, then start applying for those jobs because you are going to get them." And that's what I did. I needed money. So I work at Macy's. It's a store. And whilst working at Macy's, I applied to my first hospital to do front desk for the hospital. After that, I worked my way up. Now I manage a clinic for one of the best hospitals in the world, in the US right now. When you say the 10th hospital in the world, among those 10 hospitals, I work for one of them in management.
In Maryland?
Yes, in Maryland.
Working on yourself, is it like you did some courses or what?
No, yes, right now I am fed with my education.
You can't just move from Ghana to America and then you get that work. You have to do some courses, or?
No, you don't. And that's what people tell people. And if whoever is listening to me now, know that you don't need that. So the US is a land of diversity. They believe that almost everybody here came from somewhere, whether many generations ago or recently. And your degree from Ghana or anywhere is very viable in getting jobs here in the US. It's about how you market yourself.
Oh, okay.
It's about marketing of yourself. So apply, even if you think they won't give it to you, apply, because you'll be surprised. There are people like me who might be even looking at your resume once you apply. So we believe in diversity in the workforce in the US. So when we take resumes, I don't usually care about where your degree came from. Can you do the work? Do you have the ethics to do the work? Those are the big questions. So when you are called for an interview, market yourself. Ghanaians will call it bragging. But when you go for an interview in the US, you have to brag. You have to talk about your skills. You have to talk about what you are bringing to the table, what you can do for the company. And by the time you know, you have a job.
Oh, I see. I've hosted quite a number of people that they say, oh, your degree, you can't use your degree when you travel from Ghana and all that is impossible and all that. But here you are. Others too are saying, I've hosted some quite number of people. They also said, oh, Yes, you can. I mean, you can bring your degree, but they have to. They said they have to translate or something. Is it translate?
That is true if you want to go to
Is it the
school.
word translate?
Yes, you do have to translate it into the
Yeah.
US system.
Mm.
But that is only true for school. Let's say you want to further your school and you want to transfer your credit from Ghana or your degree from Ghana, then those requirements are there. But that requirement is not there for jobs. You can apply to a job and go with your degree. You earn that degree. You just have to make sure that you do well during the interview and you'll be fine.
So you've been in the US for 12 years. Tell us more. What have you learned there? How is the US like? People say there are opportunities. When you get there, you make money. Whatever you want to do, you can do it easily and all that. I mean, you've been there for 12 years. What have you also seen?
There are opportunities. And let me use my journey here as an example. When I left my uncle's house, I left his house within a month of coming to the
Why?
US.
Why did you leave your uncle's house within a month?
I like independence. Independence is important to me. It's
Okay.
my whole hallmark of my life. I want to live my life on my terms. I want to go and come as I wish. Although my uncle is wonderful and I did not have any bad things there, but as an adult at that time in my early 20s, I need to live by myself. So I found my first apartment. It was a one-bedroom apartment, no
Mm,
furniture, nothing. I slept on the floor. And after some few years, I moved to a two-bedroom apartment. 10 years now, we currently live in a three-bedroom, three-bath house. And what I'm saying is that the possibilities here are many. You can be anyone you want to be. You can be anything you want to be. You can achieve anything you want. It's all about how you yourself structure things when you get here. You have to be serious. You can't listen to everybody. Most people, when they come from back home, there is only two jobs or three jobs that they are focused on: warehouse work, being a nursing aide, or doing cleaning. When there are many other opportunities for us that pay so much more money that we can make, but our mindset is that, oh, they won't give it to us, so we don't even apply or we don't even go for it.
mm.
So I would say the possibilities here are many. It does not matter about your accent. You can have an accent, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you can speak English well or not. There is a job here in the US for you.
Oh, I see. But so far, tell us about the hustling life. I mean, fitting in all these things. I mean, tell us more about the hustling life in Yankee.
Um,
People say bills, hey, you make so little money, you pay
Bill,
this and cost of
yes.
living, all that, and the hours of working and all. I mean, tell us about yours.
So I work Monday to Friday. I work from home 2 days in a week. I go to the office 3 days in the week. If I want to, I am off every weekend. I get so many vacation days. So hustling, I will not say it's hustling in my opinion. I'm surviving in an okay way, in the best way possible for me.
Mm, mm,
Bills, for example, I am blessed enough, or we are blessed enough for our salaries to be able to cover our bills, to have something left. That story is not the same for everyone. When people come here, my opinion is they spend a lot of time sending a lot of money home to Ghana. They don't create a life for themselves here in the US. I created one for myself here in the US and not in Ghana because I prefer the US to Ghana. Now, if you
mm,
keep sending all your money back to Ghana, your life here would not be comfortable. You would work Monday to Sunday. I see people who work Monday to Sunday, morning to evening. They are only sleeping 4 hours a day just to send money to Ghana. And I understand they come from a different upbringing than I do. So I
mm.
get it. But my hope is they would also understand that they matter in that equation. You have to be comfortable in this country in order to take care of somebody else in Ghana or somewhere
Oh,
else.
But based on what you said, are you planning to maybe on your retirement to come and settle in Ghana, or are you planning to do any business in Ghana in future?
Business, yes. Mariba and I believe in making money. You can never make too much money. However, for me, living in Ghana when I retire is not a possibility for many reasons. Healthcare is one. When you get to a particular age, your health is not as how it needs to be. And healthcare in Ghana is nothing to write home about. If the politicians in Ghana are traveling outside of Ghana for their care, why should I retire in Ghana? They come to this country, like US, UK, and other countries for their healthcare. So I believe in taking care of myself. And until things like healthcare is fixed in Ghana, human rights become better in Ghana, I have no plan of retiring in Ghana at all. Every plan is here in the US.
Talking about the healthcare and all that, yes, we know we have challenges, but we have good hospitals, private hospitals in Ghana.
Yes, but the average Ghanaian,
Yes,
cannot.
yes, the average Ghanaian cannot afford. But when you guys say that about the healthcare and all that, somehow I disagree. I know we are facing challenges, but if you have the money, if you have the capital, we have good hospitals in Ghana,
It is
private hospitals.
it is hard for me to live in a system where people who have less than me can't be able to afford something that I can as basic healthcare. I will not feel good within myself to just, yes, I have the money to pay for it, but my neighbor probably doesn't. And what type of person am I to say, oh, okay, I can afford it, so that's okay? No, it's not. It needs to be fixed for everyone because healthcare is a basic human right. And until that is fixed for everyone, for me personally, in my old age, Ghana is not a place for me.
Wow. But have you been coming to Ghana?
Yes, I was just in Ghana last year. Last year I was in Ghana, yes.
Last year you came to Ghana.
Oh, yeah.
So when you came to Ghana, how was Ghana?
Everyone who knows me knows I don't like Ghana. So when I came to Ghana, my family is amazing. Everything is amazing. But I didn't like my experience in Ghana.
What's your experience?
It wasn't because of me. It was because of the things I saw others going through. Let me give you an example. I went to some few restaurants to go and eat. And one or two of them had the owners of those restaurants there. And the fear that I saw in the employees' eyes was they were even serving me didn't sit well with me at all. And I realized that Ghana has progressed from the because I was there, 6 years ago before last year. Things have changed. Yes. Airport look amazing. The roads look better than what I saw. However, the treatment of the regular Ghanaian was heartbreaking for me. It didn't look okay. So I didn't like that. I like to be in a place where some basic things are happening for others. I don't believe in living in an environment where when I turn left, somebody's suffering. When I turn right, somebody's suffering. Don't get me wrong, in the US, there is suffering.
I was just about to say that because I know you also have beggars and all that on the streets.
But if I walk into a restaurant in the US and there is fear in the employees' eyes, I know there are laws to protect those employees from being exploited by the owners of those companies. Those laws exist. So knowing that nothing would happen to the plight of the average Ghanaian, the working Ghanaian, I just don't like Ghana in general. I love Ghanaians. These are my brothers and sisters. I don't like what politics has done to the country.
Okay. So let's talk about, you mentioned that your father is a pastor, right?
Yes.
Is he still a pastor?
He is, but I'm not a Christian.
You are not a Christian.
No, I'm not.
So now you are what?
I don't know. I personally, and this might not be for everyone, I don't believe that I need religion in order to be a good person.
Since when did this start?
I have been very stubborn when it comes to Christianity my entire life. I was raised in it. The Bible was beaten into us. I'm just paraphrasing here, our entire life. And it got to a point I had questions that people could not answer, valid questions. And I decided to read the Bible myself from beginning to the end many times. And I realized that this is not for me.
So now, if you are not a Christian, you are not a Muslim, you are not a Buddhist, you are not a traditionalist, then you are what?
I'm a human being. We are all human. Yes, we are all human beings to begin with. When you look at the worst war in the world, right, which was the Holy War, religion was used to end the life of many people. Religion is still being used today to suppress people. So for me, in order to be independent, to not be held by some rules that don't make sense to me, I needed to free myself from the concept of religion and understand that I can treat my fellow human being well because I have integrity as a human being. You don't need religion to teach you that, in my opinion.
But do you believe there is God?
I believe there is God.
So what do? Do you worship? How do you pray to him? How do you do it?
I don't pray. If I want something, I go for it. If I want a job, I go for it. When I wanted a job in management, I applied. I knew that what I need is already in me.
So how do you serve God?
I don't need to.
You don't need to serve the Creator.
No, but what I need is to treat my fellow human being well. What I need is to donate to charities. What I need is to help those who need help. I will prioritize that over any religion, any performative religion any day. If you don't pray, but you are out there helping your fellow human beings, you are a better human being, in my opinion, than someone who has it and is just somewhere praying. They are not solving any problem in the world.
Rita, for how long have you been a lesbian and how did it start? Because since you mentioned the beginning that your father is a pastor, how did it start? Is it from school or friends? Or how did it start?
I felt like this my entire life. And that is why I had so many questions about the Bible, so many questions about things I was being taught.
At what age? At what age?
I think when I was 8 or 9 years old, I started realizing that something was wrong with me, because not wrong with me, but right with me. Let me correct that. In the sense that when you are growing up, your hormones starts coming out. Most of the girls will be talking about, oh, did you see this boy or this boy? And I don't even know what they are talking about. There is absolutely no emotions, no feelings in me for the boys that they are mooning over. It just, I don't have that. I don't feel that.
This Airbnb in Dansoman Estates, Accra, is only $40 a day and offers all the amenities for a comfortable stay. It is also conveniently located 30 minutes away from the airport. We also have 1 and 2 bedroom apartments for long-term rental at Ingleshi, Amamprum, 15 minutes to the Wege toll booth and the West Hills Mall, going for 1,500 and 1,000 Ghana cedis only. Call Parry Group on 053-866-3532, 053-866-3532. This is Parry Group of Companies.
And I started thinking that something was wrong with me. And it got to a point I believed that So I went through the prayers. I went through the fasting. I went through I need to get delivered by someone.
Mm.
I
Mm.
went through all that journey. I started loving myself when I realized that if there is God, that God doesn't make mistakes. And if this is who I am, then that's who I am. What matters is how I treat my fellow human being. That's it.
I mean, that very age that you mentioned, you were young. So,
Then
I
we need
mean, maybe.
things, right? We need to look at how hormones work in our bodies. When we
Mm.
are about to hit puberty, different things happen. By then, most
Mm.
people know, am I attracted to boys? Am I attracted to girls? It does not mean that you are going to act on those, because we don't at that age. But things starts clicking in your mind because you are about to hit puberty, or you've hit
Mm.
puberty. So you will start realizing that something is wrong, especially when you are a lesbian. You will know immediately, because
Mm.
the things your classmates are talking about, it just doesn't click. And at times, you could also have a delayed puberty, which is normal, which you will not feel anything. But for me, it was different. I should have been thinking this classmate is cute, right? No, that did not come into my mind at all. In fact, they were just like, I didn't understand.
So, were your parents aware of this, how you were feeling and all that?
No, they were never aware. In fact, they became aware when I became an adult, when I got here in the US. When
Oh,
I
when
was,
you got to the US, rather.
oh, yes. And it was
Oh,
one
okay.
of the reasons why I was happy to leave Ghana. Ghana has no rights for people like me. And if I want to live a life of freedom, a life authentic to myself without
Mm.
being a hypocrite, then I will go to a country that welcomes somebody like me, that will give opportunities to somebody like me.
When you were in Ghana, I mean, you mentioned you school, you went to university and all that. I mean, did you date in Ghana? Talking about school life from your SS before going to the uni. I mean, were you into any relationship? Did you date
I
some
dated,
girls and all that?
I dated men. See, I believe
You
that,
dated men,
oh, yes. I
but you said
believe,
you never had feelings for men. So how come you
exactly.
dated men?
Thank you for that question. I didn't, but I believed in the propaganda that if you date men, if you sleep with them, then maybe to cure you. So all I wanted was to be cured, right? That's how they put it, especially when you are in a
Mm.
society where everywhere you turn, they speak something bad about people like you. So
Mm.
your mindset is something is wrong with you. And how can you fix it? What can I do to fix it? And so I tried anything I could to rectify myself. And I am glad now that I did. At least no one would tell me, have you tried before?
So you dated men from what level? Is it like from the SS or
College,
when you went to
Central.
Central?
Yes.
So Central, so when you go to Central, that you dated a man
Oh, yes.
or you dated men, a lot of guys.
Men.
You dated men. Okay. So is it a man that broke your virginity?
Yes.
At Central,
No.
before Central.
Before Central. And
That
my
one is
story,
SS.
I can talk about it. My story, just like most women's story in Ghana, and I know people don't want to talk about it, but we have a lot of predators in Ghana who prey on children, who prey on women, who would rape little girls, who will rape women any chance they get. Is very prevalent in Ghana. So unfortunately, my story is like that. So
Let's hear your story.
when I went through that rape, um, I think it kind of radicalized me a little bit, in the sense that I I have made it my mission in life to do a lot of good, in the hope that by doing a lot of good, others will do a lot of good, and something that horrible will not happen to somebody else.
Oh, So you were raped at age what?
I was raped when I was in JSS.
JSS.
Yes.
And your parents, were your parents aware?
I'm going to say this for other women, and I hope others will speak up as well. When you are raped in Ghana as a child and you even say it to someone, because I learned the hard way by watching somebody else. So although I know I have protection and I know that person will be in trouble, but what I have seen happen to one of my schoolmates taught me to not speak up. When you speak up as a child in Ghana that you've been raped by an adult man, people will blame you. Questions will be
Mm.
asked. Where were you going to? Why did you pass there? What did you do for them to rape you? The things that you will go through. And some parents will perpetrate that as well by telling you to shut up, as if the shame of taking advantage of another human being lies on the person who has been taken advantage of, when it's not. So that at an early age, I learned so many realities of life. And it helped me adapt to life, where after it was done, I did all I can to hide it because I didn't want to be judged. I didn't want anybody to say, why did you pass there once you were going back home? Why didn't you pass this other way? What did you do for them to do that? So, although the question is great, we have to ask ourselves, why is it that a lot of women in Ghana are so ashamed to admit that they've been raped or been molested by adult men?
Wow. So you never mentioned this to your parents?
No. Although now I know my mother would have protected me.
So let's talk about from GSS, you moved to SS, nothing happened in SS?
No,
Nothing happened with
it happened.
either you and any lady,
No,
or nothing happened. So
no.
when you got to uni and you say you dated guys,
Yes.
how was it? Tell us about it. I mean, you dating a guy as uni, you are a big girl. I mean,
Mhm.
dating, going out with a guy and all that. I mean, how was it? How was the feeling like going to bed with the guy, having sex and all? Did you enjoy it and all that?
I hated myself.
You hated yourself.
Yes.
That
Because
what?
being authentic to me, I was trying to be something or someone that I wasn't, just to fit into
Mm.
what society think is the norm.
Oh, okay.
When
So you
it,
went into the relationship because of society.
yes, and I wanted so much to fix me, to
Mm.
become what society, what the Ghanaian society feels I should be like.
Mm. So you can go in bed with a man, but your mind is not. You are not enjoying whatever the man is doing. So you are
No,
just there with him.
yeah,
It's not like you are enjoying when you guys are having fun in bed or no. It's not like you are enjoying. You are just, your mind is not there. You don't enjoy whatever he does.
no, because I'm not attracted to men.
So then who are you pleasing?
Exactly. Good question. Who was I pleasing? And when I realized that when it comes to life, I matter. Pleasing myself matter. Living life on my terms is what matters, because everything I do with in this life, whether it's with my body or myself, it affects me. I am responsible for the consequences for whatever comes with it. So when I realize that, then I'm like, why am I wasting my time trying to conform to what people think my life should be, when I can 100% be authentic to myself? It doesn't make me a bad person. I'm not out there robbing people. I'm not out there taking advantage of others, but I'm out there living my life on my terms. And so I realized that then, and I made the change since then.
So did you date any lady in Ghana?
I spoke to a lady in Ghana briefly, but we never dated. My
Mm.
first relationship was when I came to the US.
Oh, okay. You dated a Ghanaian?
No, I did not date a Ghanaian. I made it a point to not date Ghanaians in Ghana until I met my wonderful Madiba.
Wow. Okay, so you said your parents got to know that now you are a lesbian. I mean, how did they take it when you got to US? How did they get to know?
So someone was blackmailing me that if I don't give them money, then they are going to go public about my sexuality. And I don't believe in anyone intimidating me. So I came out publicly myself.
Okay, on video.
Oh no, a post on Facebook. I came out on Facebook. And I believe in taking power away from people who want to unjustly oppress us or take advantage of us. So by me posting about it on Facebook, I took that power away from the person who was threatening to post if I don't.
The person who was threatening you to post about your sexuality, what was that agreement? Did you have anything doing with the person, or is it like you leak something, video or picture or something is with the person, or what? What happened?
It was
Before he said he would come in.
It was an American. It was my ex, who is American, who, when I ended the relationship and told them to bring my car back, they knew that in Ghana I wasn't open with my sexuality because as I was still thinking about my family, the effect it will have on my family. So I did not want my family to go through that. So although in the US, I was living my life openly, in Ghana, people didn't know that. And because my ex wanted to hurt me, she started threatening me, and I did what I had to.
When you came out on social media to say this, and your family got to hear this, your siblings, your father, your mother, they got to hear this. I mean, what did they say? What was their reaction?
My mother said something in Ewe that I'm going to paraphrase here, but they said it was talking about the dirty water. When you bath a child, do you throw the child away with that dirty water? And you don't. So that love that my parents and my siblings have for me, it never changed. Yes, we went through a rough patch because they didn't know what I was facing here. I didn't tell them. All they knew was I came out publicly. Now they're like, what is this? So even then, I still will not open up to them. So one of my sisters was like, I love you regardless. And if God wants to do something about it, it's up to him to do it. It's not up to me to judge you. And that has been the stance of my family. Yes, they don't agree with it. But at the end of the day, they know that this life is mine and I'm responsible for it. If there is heaven and hell, and the hell is mine. It's not because someone has supported me or I'm from a family that I will go with them. No, it is my responsibility in my life. And they've given me that mutual respect.
What about, okay, you talk about your family. What about your daddy? You say your daddy is a pastor.
Yes.
What about him?
He's a very quiet man.
Pastor's daughter is a lesbian.
Okay.
How did he take it?
He's never spoken to me about it.
Oh, your daddy has never spoken to you about it?
No.
He has not said anything? Or is it like you are not in good terms with him?
We are. I speak to him.
And he has never said anything?
No.
Oh, so he supports you?
It doesn't mean he supports me. He just has nothing to say about it. See, when you have nothing good to say nothing at all, right? And what would his words do? Is it gonna change me? I remember when I came out, people were on my Facebook talking about my family should do this, should do that. And they are forgetting that I pay my own bills. I take care of myself. I have my own house. I'm not out there begging anybody for anything. Even if I am, that life is still mine, not anybody else's. So however your family feels is their emotion to deal with. It's for them to deal with. They can't. Are they gonna come? At that time, I asked someone, are they gonna come to the US to do or to bundle me? I don't know what people expect my family to do about an adult life.
Maybe in future, are you planning to have a kid or something to give birth?
Oh, I don't know.
You
I
don't know.
love, yes, I love my life how it is right now. I'm so focused on my career. I'm not where I want to
Mm,
be yet.
mm,
Although I manage a wonderful clinic, wonderful doctors, wonderful neurologists, doing surgeries and different things, I one day want to be a director, and I am not there yet. So my entire mind is about that, and I still like my freedom. I like to get up and
mm,
travel when I want to. When you have kids, it comes with responsibilities. You have to take care of them. You have to be
mm,
present with them.
mm,
You have to
mm.
nurture them. And right now, my career goals will not, right now, I don't want one. I don't know if I would want one next year, next 2 years, but I know this year I don't want a child.
I asked your husband,
My
Madiba.
yes,
He said you are the wife. So
we are
she's the
a
husband.
couple, we are partners in
Handsome.
life. We've
Eh?
decided there is no gender role in our marriage. We are
Mm,
partners in life. We face life together, whether it is the enjoyment of it or the suffering of it. It's the two of us. It's not like, oh, Madiba is the head of the household or Rita is the head of the household. That's not how it is, because Madiba comes
mm.
with some strength that I don't come with. And I come with some strength that Madiba doesn't come with. And when we
So,
merge both strength, we are
mm,
power.
so you have feelings towards women.
Some women,
Rita, talking about you guys married to each other. I mean, how is it like? I mean, with the US, we know they accept all those things. I mean, moving together. I know Maryland, maybe you live among the Ghanaian community or you have African community and all that. I mean, do are people aware of your relationship, and when you move out, what do they say and all that?
everybody mind their business in the US. Now, I
Mm,
don't live in a community that is predominantly Ghanaian. And I did that for myself. If you want different, do different. So when I first moved here, I took the advice of the person I saw was making it. And I took that advice and I run with it. So yes, I'm not in a community where I'm surrounded by Ghanaians, although they are
mm,
amazing. There are amazing Ghanaians in the US. Where I am is predominantly people who were born here from generations, and nobody cares about anybody's sexuality in the US. We, like Madiba and I, have been to my company's Christmas parties together. Madiba comes to my office as my spouse.
mm.
We have parties that people come to as spouses, and nobody cares. It's so normal in the US to be a same-sex couple. It's people don't care.
I see. Anyway, Rita, thank you so much for coming on my show to share your experience. I mean, any final message, any shout outs to your friends and all your loved ones, any shout outs? Let's sign out.
Yes. Shout out to the LGBTQI community in Ghana. Uh, you are still on our mind, especially mine. And I know that one day you can live in your country free. These things that are happening, the anti-LGBTQI law that they want to pass, is part of a journey to freedom. And
Mm.
one day you will be free in your own land to be who you are openly. And please be safe. You are loved.
No names, no shout out to any family member or friend or anyone.
I talk to them every day.
I might give them shout out here.
Oh, no, no, no. No names.
Anybody, your friends, no
Because
names.
you see, when I came out in Ghana, I received a lot of death threats. So keeping my family and my loved ones safe in Ghana has always been priority to me. So no names. They know I love them.
Rita, thank you so much for coming on my show. Straight from the US on daily, also worldwide. All you need is the internet. So Charlie, guys, everybody like how they talk me, everybody, it's not be kind of obiane me had there. Me mo be a chance so on so be share the unim. Be a one in yadwin. Be a obeka say on pedasem. Obu a obetina say. And run say utia no wesuan bibi efrem. Abrabo no obiane ne de. Me njaju bi wa. Ti obia. Madam Ase some share SVTV Africa. Madam Ase and I'm a cabrofu kakra. Madam Ase some share up so me show you can come on. My numbers are on the screen. Just WhatsApp me or send me a voice note if you want to come on my show. Make sure you follow us, subscribe to our channel SVTV Africa, SVTV International, our English channel SVTV Africa Foundation. Let's help together. My name is DJ Nyame. I will thank my production team, DJ Click Sharon. Tina. Charlie, watch out for more. Peace out.
Living in Ghana, abroad, a first-timer visiting Ghana, or a company wondering where to get quality service providers in Ghana for any job? Then Ejumapa On Demand Services is here to assist you. Ejumapa On Demand Services connect requesters and service providers such as masons, plumbers, electricians, auto repairers, home and office cleaners, trash collectors, rent agents, spa attendants, roofers, beauticians, teachers, CCTV installers, and all artisans on one platform. Yes, one platform. Trust Ejumapa On Demand Services to sort you out any day, anywhere, and at any time. To download the app, please visit the App Store and Play Store or visit our website www.ejumapa.com.
She has a plan, a secret mission filled by gratitude and affection. She chooses her mother's favorite breakfast. Delight Foods, House Sakoko, a harmonious blend of flavors crafted with care and devotion. The taste of tradition and comfort. In that moment, their connection deepens, a bond strengthened by a shared experience. Delight Foods, House Sakoko, a delicious breakfast made with care and love in just 2 minutes.